This one is a pretty straightforward section. This is for the hemic, or the blood organs, and the diseases that go along with it. I'm actually using your Bucks textbook for this because it's pretty straightforward. I don't have a whole lot to explain to you. So I'm on page 114 in your Bucks book. And the big one in blood is anemia. It's one of the big ones. And so you would literally look up anemia, but then there is many, many, many kinds underneath. If your doctor does not specify, you're going to go with the one at the very top, which is your default when you don't know what kind of anemia it is. But you have all different kinds of anemia that you can get much more specific. Coagulation, so blood clotting problems. That's another condition of the blood that you will see are the different clotting. You can see that the ones that are hereditary kind of all fall into the same category, but a whole bunch of them are listed. So let's go ahead and practice these ones. So pause your video and practice these ones, and then when you restart it, I will have the answers up on the screen. Okay, so here's your answers for those, so you can review how you did and make sure that you compare any that you did not get correct so you can understand the difference. That's pretty much it for ICD coding. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over to CPT coding now. I'm still in your Bucks book. I jumped to page 489 for the CPT chapter. And so probably the more complex section in this one is the lymph nodes, the lymphatic system. So just gives you an idea of all the lymph nodes around the body because you may see them called by name, or you may have them talk about location like axillary is your armpit, groin, which are actually your superficial inguinal nodes, etc. So you may need to refer to these diagrams sometimes. So your procedures, of course, are going to revolve around the spleen as being the organ that cleans out the blood. It keeps the old red blood cells cleaned out. You may see some bone marrow procedures here, where we might be doing a bone marrow biopsy, you might be draining it, or you might have somebody who's doing a donation of bone marrow or a bone marrow transplant. Uh-oh. Hold on. There we go. All right. Let's do a couple of practice ones. This first one is excision of an axillary cystic hygroma. Hygroma. So it's an excision of the hygroma. The next one is total removal of the spleen. And let's just do those two. You don't need to do all four of them. So go ahead and do those two. Pause the video and then restart it to be able to check your answers. Okay, so those are the answers for those two. So you can compare your answers. All right, that is that section. So it's a pretty short video here just to introduce you to some of those body parts.